land art, so no, not familiar. Alright, Blue-Red Drake. So this is one of the stock better decks in the format. I think this specific list comes from the first SCG Open top 8, but there's some small variation in these from list to list, but basically 4 Pteramander, 4 Enigma Drake, 4 Crackling Drake has become mostly the stock. Four of all the good cards, basically. And there's some flex slots in between the main deck and the sideboard that you could do, but this core is very similar deck to deck. I like that these decks have moved towards playing more Drakes and less Phoenixes. It makes you a little bit more consistent, lets you sequence your spells a little bit more aggressively instead of having to hold them to flip Phoenixes back into play. Well, thanks for being here, Yowie Lord. I appreciate you taking the time to read a positive comment. Remember, if you like and you want to watch more of my stuff after I'm done, to be sure to check out the website and my YouTube channel as well. Let's head on into some matches and see how it goes. Pink Kingdom, what have we done to you? What's going on, Hopple Boffle? Thanks for the 7 months. I kind of dig the hair. I think it's fun. I think it's silly. It's a good conversation piece for when I'm out with other adults. Dropping the kids off or picking them up at daycare should be fun this week. Fine. Turn 1, Delver go. The kids love the hair. Pink is one of Declan's favorite, or Jacob's favorite colors. He was really into it. Oh no! Oh no! We're looking into a mirror, chat. I think after we get married, life gets a lot easier. You don't need to work on the other cool factor, right? Nobody cares. I would love a red source. Thank you very much. So if they block, I'm going to dive down, and then I can spell pierce their dive down. I should have waited to play my land, probably. I think I'm just passing. I think I want to play this Drake with dive down / spell pierce up. So that way I can protect it from like a Lava Coil on their side of the board. Yeah, I think I shouldn't have played this, and I should have played this defense tapped last turn. Little bit resource inefficient on my part. It's gonna cost me 2 life for some tempo later on. Okey-doke. I like that Drake just counts your Pteramander for you, basically. Like, how many things are in my bin? Well, let's just look at my Drake. Would really like to draw a Lava Coil here. Drake of our own. Deal. Yep. They have another Lava Coil here. If they have another Lava Coil, we're probably dead. Just a shock, that's fine. No blocks. Yeah, I'd have to imagine the mirror match is very Lava Coil based. So next turn, I can dive down and block to eat their thing. Secret Narwhal. You have to wait for the servers to sync sometimes. So the server syncs my subscriber list every hour or so. Once it's sunk that up, you'll be able to find it in your connections tab. So now we'll be trading my Drake for theirs. My Drake plus dive down. Oh, that was bad. Should have spell pierced this. I wasn't. God, that's so loose on my part. That's incredibly bad. This probably doesn't have text at this point, and dive down's very valuable. That's a big deal. It's a really big deal. Wow, that block is absurd for us. That seems incredibly good for our side of the table. Man, I wish it. Oh, still live. No harm, no foul. No harm, no foul. Alright, alrighty. Just like we drew it up, chat. Just like we drew it up. Gosh, we're so unlucky. Didn't draw a land for this third Drake. Justice free zone. Yep. So it could be who draws more lava coils, but if you draw way more Drakes than they draw lava coils, you're probably in a good spot. So this is 7, so I can play this and fart it right away. Just a little bit. Alright, we have to figure out how to sideboard the mirror here. Entrancing Melody does not seem bad. Shivan Fire seems fine. I don't think this is a Ral matchup, although he does kill their stuff, which feels meaningful. I have a bunch of cards I feel like I want, and I don't feel like I have a ton of cards I want to cut. How do we feel about getting rid of Shock in this matchup? Getting rid of Shock is probably reasonable. Maybe Melody's just too slow. Or do I want to cut the Pierce dive downs? Yeah, I could see that. I could see that being the case. What do we think of this? We board in Niv-Mizzet and Shivan Fire for Shock. Yeah, dive down's obviously great. Pierce could be mediocre. I don't know. They could bring in things like Ral out of the sideboard. I'm gonna bring in Melody over Spell Pierce. Taking their threat is a huge gain. Like, obviously, like, Spell Pierce and dive down suck for it, but I think just, like, maxing out on threats is important here. I think Melody's probably better than, like, Ral as far as removal is concerned. Yeah, I agree. I think the number of cards in your deck are on the left side. One thing I don't like from the updated deck editor is it used to tell you how many cards were in each column at a glance. It doesn't do that anymore. Yeti Breakfast, thanks for the Prime support. You appreciate that. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch. Thanks for shipping your Bezo bucks this way this month. Apex Legends when? I don't think Legends runs on Linux as of yet. I think I checked the AppDB page and it said it wasn't working. Hey, well, thanks, Doc Prof. Welcome to a live one. Yeah, I always try and do at least one weekend stream, and especially when there's no GP or open coverage, I stream during the day on the weekend too. My schedule for I should probably mention this for my regulars. My schedule this week is going to be different a little bit than my normal weekly schedule. I'm not going to be streaming as long on Friday, and I'm not going to be starting till later on Wednesday. Wednesdays is the Twitch Rivals event that I'm going to be participating in again. And then Friday is the first Mythic Championship. So I'm not going to stream during the standard portion of that. I'm going to stream in the morning during the limited portion. But when the standard rounds start, I'll probably just host the Magic channel and watch that myself. Ooh. Ooh, this feels good. This feels good. Yoink. Yoink. Oh, that was a clutch Spell Pierce. The one of Spell Pierce. The fun of Spell Pierce. Yeah, I'm either going to play Climb or White Aggro. I think we're going to fit Sultai Climb in as a one more deck today because I want to give that a try. There's 4 things in here. He's dead, Jim. You got him. Yeah, I'm kind of wacky and silly, and the hair color's definitely wacky and silly. You know, we don't take ourselves too seriously around these parts. I think because I have a second Enigma Drake here, it's right to just jam the first one into a potential Lava Coil. I'm not going to play the second one out until I have a mana up to protect it, though. Nah, the Mythic Championship's gonna have enough downtime that I just don't want to be on and filling in that much dead space. And, like, my numbers restreaming something like that are going to be low, so I tend to rather just, like, take time off rather than streaming while my viewer numbers are gonna be bad. Oh. I will, however, host the Mythic Championship on my channel. So if you want to watch the Mythic Championship with a little bit less obnoxious chat, I only say a little bit less because we're still Twitch chat here, right? But I'll be hosting if you want to talk about it here with people. Oh, that's savage. That's probably the match, right? You can find every deck that I've played in my Stream Decker page here. All of the decks don't make it onto my website until after I'm done streaming for the day. So I can't be updating YouTube and my website mid-stream. I have many, many talents, but that is not one of them. What do you think of Banefire 2? I don't think Banefire... Ooh... Punted. Should have left up double blue. I don't think Banefire solves any problems that this deck has. So unless you're seeing a problem that I'm not sure why we would play Banefire. So, like, now if they have double removal spell, or they have a spell pierce for this is gonna die when it could have lived. Alright, well, didn't get punished. God bless. Alright, slow and steady. How are we doing, folks? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good night to everybody wherever you're out in the world. Thanks for hanging out here today. My name is Jeff Hoagland. I stream full-time here on Twitch. I'm here playing Magic 30, 40, 50 hours a week. If you're someone who enjoys standard best of 3 constructed, this is definitely the channel for you. We play a ton of different decks here. We usually change decks every 60 to 90 minutes. As always, a big shout out to all my wonderful subs out there. I wouldn't be here day in and day out without their wonderful support. They are quite literally the folks that keep me employed. I'd also like to give a short shout out to some of my wonderful sponsors here. Quip, provides wonderful, affordable, quality electric toothbrushes. If you check out link bit.ly/HugelQuip, you'll get your first refill kit with them for free. They do one of those programs where they send you more toothpaste, brush heads, and a battery replacement every 3 months. If you sign in using your Twitch account at that link, you'll also be able to bump a deck in my queue when you check out the sponsor there as an extra incentive to check out their stuff. Hurly Burly Studio does professional Magic the Gathering altars. In addition to wonderful border extensions like my basic lands that I have here, you can also go to their website, hurlyburlystudio.com, and find a wonderful portfolio of full art replacements and other great things that they do. And you can use code Jeff10 to save 10% on your purchases there. Cardsphere.com would love to help you turn your cards into other cards directly to other players. There's no haggling, and they just take a 1% fee off the top. And of course, InkedGaming.com would love to help you customize your gaming experience using code Jeff12. You can save 12% on custom playmats, mouse pads, binders, and bags with them. You can upload your own custom artwork, or choose from the wide range of custom artworks that they have on their website already, such as my own Hooglandia branded merchandise. Let's head right on in here to the next match. 1-0 to start with Drakes after winning our first mirror. Seems very reasonable. Turn one Pteramander, some card selection to find exactly what we're looking for. Mono blue. Has anybody played this matchup before? I feel like the Drake's deck looks favored on paper, but I definitely haven't played it to know that for certain. Our deck's definitely much better at pooping or flooping Pteramander up, right? Awesome house. Yeah, Drake's has both. We have both cheap interaction and a lot of meaningful flying blockers, right? Interesting to see if we get anything sweet out of the Grand Prix that's happening this weekend. I came here expecting red spells, not red here. What's going on, Dorox? Thanks for the 9 months. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Well, that's just perfect. That is exactly what we wanted for Christmas, chat. There is a Magic Fest that has a standard Grand Prix at it going on in Memphis this weekend. Is there a limited Grand Prix as well? Are there literally 2 Grand Prix with no coverage? Oh, Watsy. Oh, Watsy. I think I'm just binning everything here, trying to make these bigger. Also don't want to draw lands. So I've got 4 things in here now, so these are going to get to floop off next turn. This does not seem like a Curious Obsession matchup for my side of the board, Drew. So I'm going to 11 here. Shock is an excellent draw. Oh, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 things in here now. Okay. Oh, geez. This gives me 6 then, right? So I can shock something and then poop both my things. That's exciting. Oh, we clicked too soon. I was thinking I just want to auto pass, but I needed to shock first, right? Yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. gonna be okay. Trying to get that sweet auto pass value in. Messed up. Cool. I think we're ahead by enough of a margin that it doesn't matter. So the Blood Crypt is a mountain that casts Discovery. It is also, however, a it's a mountain that casts Discovery in addition to casting Dispersal. Correct, Zeroth. That's why I was lamenting on my timing being bad. If I'd have waited, I could have adapted both last turn. It actually didn't matter. Like, here's the other one, and I was leaving it back on defense anyways, but maybe I should have attacked with both that turn. If they hit a land here, they could pop theirs off. This deck's probably really well positioned going into the Mythic Championship. Yeah, it's still a mistake even if you don't lose from it. Still a mistake. Beacon Bolt's a little bit slow. Maybe the Cannonades aren't good enough. The Sultai matchup's not good. Huh. Interesting. Let's do this. I'm just gonna board in the Shivan Fires and the Nivs. Was it worth it to bluff in a shock land to bluff Spell Pierce? No, I don't think so. Like, the thing you have to ask yourself when you're bluffing is your opponent in a position where they can afford to not call your bluff? A lot of the time in Magic, your opponents are just so far behind that your bluff is meaningless because they have to call just because of the position that they're in. The Star of Extinction is for the Sultai matchup. It's a catch-up card. Aaron, thank you for the Twitch Prime support. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. Thanks for shipping your base bucks this month. I appreciate it. They have a big fat nothing. Okay. I think Entrancing Melody is just too slow and clunky in this matchup. Kinda just digging for lands that have visited my hand. Like, lands accelerate me towards farting this off as well. Perfect. Yeah, they just have so many cheap, efficient ways to beat Melody that it doesn't seem worthwhile. Does this deck do enough damage to play light up the stage? I think the fact that this deck wants to play reactive cards like Dive Down and Spell Pierce means light up the stage is just not worthwhile. That's what it comes down to. So I was gonna play Crackling Drake, but exiling their Curious Obsession threat's just way better. I think we're probably en route to victory here, regardless of what lines we take, but you can always find the deck queue on my website here. Blood Crypt lets you cast Discovery off of a red source. It also lets you cast Dispersal. Solidly in garbage time at this point. Let's go ahead and Eternal Witness. How is Jund Whirler? I feel like that's Jund Whirler and White Weenie are the two non-climb decks I might play on Wednesday. Both those decks have been really good when we played them. over Summit. I don't know. It's pretty marginal either way. Having untapped lands is generally better for you. Hey, Corn Chips, thanks for checking out Quip. I appreciate you looking into the sponsor. Be sure to drop me a message on Twitch and let me know which deck you'd like to bump in the queues, and thank you for checking them out. Hope you enjoy your brush. Whoop. Love to play first. We are the 97%. This deck might drag us back up into the hey, Southern Man Gaming. Look at a couple of y'all. Thanks for checking out the sponsor. I appreciate it. Be sure to drop me a message from your Twitch profile letting me know which deck you'd like to bump up. As always, if you're not sure where to find that, you can find it on my website. Yeah, it's possible with the Chain Whirler combo, you don't need that many sweepers. Definitely just looking for more instants and sorcerers at this point. We actually played a Jaya Izzet control deck on stream earlier last week. You can find it. It was one of my favorite decks for the day we played it. Third highest modern deck. Sounds good. Do I just dive down to, like, make my thing bigger? Probably not. Sorry. These are my 1-power creatures. They are wonderful. Really looking for Opt, Discovery, or Charticors here so we can power up the squad. They could Gates Ablaze for 4 next turn, so definitely don't want to be super aggressive with the dive down. Yikes. Awesome, Southern Man Gaming. I appreciate that. Alright, well that bodes well for our hero. I think I dive down at this point just so I can make a 5/5 Pteramander next turn. If they have Gates Ablaze, if they have Gates Ablaze here, they do kill my board. Oh, dive down was lethal. Yep, dive down adds 2 power. Yep. Not super familiar with the play patterns of this deck. Yep, if we dive down the one, if we dive down to anything, I would have made these 3s, and this would have been a 5, so we'd have had some extra here. See if there's justice. Mods, please go back and time out anyone that said miss lethal without saying why it was lethal. Them's the rules. Learn to follow them. How do I want to board here? This... I think the strokes are good. Lava Coil's probably not great. Maybe Niv-Mizzet's fine. Hey, thanks for the 5 months, Brewski. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Be sure to drop me a message. Let me know what you'd like to bump with your tier 2 sub this month. Melody for Krasis. Oh, yeah, that's probably better. I agree with that. Melody, I was thinking I don't want Melody for their gates and their gatebreaker classes. Their Rams and their gatebreaker classes, obviously. But stealing their Krasis is definitely very reasonable. Yeah, Lava Coil's okay against Angel, that's fair. I think Melody should be in my deck. It's definitely very good against Krasis. Yeah, you could steal a Krasis for 4 mana. Just convert a mana cost is 2 on the battlefield. This hand's very good. The fact that this card has 4 toughness is so great in matchups like this, too. Hey, what's going on, Gladosium? Thanks for the 3-month resub there. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Alright, well, their mana base is real bad at the moment. Just the old double Plaza of Harmony. Yeah, we've tried Niv in gates before. It's just not super consistent to cast, right? So you have, like, Selesnya Guild Gate and stuff like that in your deck. Really don't care about that. I would love to draw Spell Pierce. Are they dead? I can do that. I think they're dead, right? Then we just spark this. What's going on, Empty Hex? We're always trying to be our best selves here, right? Always looking for improvements. Man, is this what playing good decks feels like, chap? This is weird. Magic's a lot easier when you just play the good decks. Good afternoon, Relocate. Yeah, they've been having the client's been having a lot of connection problems for folks, myself included, since the last update. I don't know if they changed something on the server backend or the client backend, there's definitely an issue. I would love a second land, thank you. Mono blue again, maybe another mirror. still be either of those two. I'm gonna hold on to the Lava Coil just in case they have a Jhin or if they're a Drake Mirror. This deck seems great. Seems like it's good against things like mono blue. This is my 0-4. There are many like it, but this one's gonna get tapped by a Merfolk Trickster. Just having a Drake in play is, like, really good against their deck. So, the fact that this is resolved is good for us in the long term, for sure. Hopefully we get to resolve the second one here. Even if we just, like, have 0-4s. How long till the next deck? We've been playing this deck for about 30 minutes, so about 45 minutes or so to the next deck. 45 minutes to an hour. Usually we do 60 to 90 minutes with things. If we continue winning to this, I'll probably do closer to 90 minutes. Opponent's opting to figure out what's going on over there. Bottoms up. Bodes well for us. Anonymous1 with the brand new Prime support. Welcome. Thanks for shipping that this way this month. I appreciate it. I am often shuffling. Every day we shuffle in. Beep 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 beep. Interesting. Okay. Alright, block that there. Take 5. So I think we're a little bit behind at the moment, but not by that much, really. I'd really like to draw lands. That way I can double tap this. Wow, they just tapped out. That's absurdly good for us. Alright, well now we're ahead by a pretty significant margin. That tap out was really aggressive. Maybe they just assumed I didn't have removal spells, so I wasn't playing them. Alright, are we done here? Oh, I should have shocked in the Blood Crypt first, right? So I could play Pteramander afterwards here. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Yeah, I guess it's not definitely. I'm only at 9. Well, on turn 2, they didn't really have good things to Lava Coil, right? On turn 2, they just had a Pteramander in play, I think. And, like, with my Enigma Drakes coming up, I didn't really care about their Pteramander. That's an Essence Scatter. Yeah, sure. Interesting that they made a 3/3. I guess the Drakes are trading with Tempest anyways, so you might as well power this up. There's no reason not to double block here. If they have Dive Down, I want to make sure their thing dies. There's no punish for me blocking with the second one, really. Forgotten Glory, thanks for the 3/4 of a year. Welcome back. Yikes. Alright, so let's go dig in here. So we're 1 off of popping Pteramander for 1. They attack with Jhin. I'm going to block with Enigma Drake. This leaves me dead to a Merfolk Trickster, but I do need to actually end the game here at some point, and I would like to draw 2 cards with the Chart a Course. Is Blood Crypt better than Dragon Skull Summit? I have no idea. Oh, this is wrong. I missed lethal. I'd have killed them next turn, right? We're probably still fine. Doesn't really matter, but I could have killed them this turn with that attack. This gives them a series of draws to maybe get back in. They draw like another Tempest in, and I can't attack through it. Yeah, Summit plus Basic Island sounds really awkward. Just like having guaranteed untapped lands in general sounds ideal. Snip isn't fast enough here. He might just be too slow, actually. Yeah, I'm just going to bring in just 2 Shivan Fire and cut 2 Chart a Course. I think our main deck's pretty well situated here. I don't need to change too much. Should probably Chart a Course first. If I Chart a Course first, I have to discard a card. I get that it makes my Drake bigger, but dealing 1 more damage with my Drake doesn't really matter there. I'd rather have 2 more cards guaranteed, rather than having to pick from one of the 2. Sure, but now I don't know what points you're referencing. Integer Devourer. Because there were a lot of points in that game where I could have done that or couldn't have. Since I have so many removal spells in my hand, I'm just going to kill all other things as they play them ideally. No reason to opt now. I don't have any 1-mana red things that I can play right away. You can't look up your own timeout stats, it's just for mods. I assume on most streams the timeout stats aren't badges of honor, so they didn't give users a way to look them up. What's the timeout high score? There are users, once you get to 99 plus timeouts, it just says 99 plus. So there are a couple users with triple digit timeouts. So, a couple people have been indicating that you can cast Dispersal with the Blood Crypt. It's not just Dispersal. Blood Crypt also lets you cast Discovery as well. So, like, if you keep basic Mountain Blood Crypt Discovery Drake, like, that's a keepable hand. And it's likely not a keepable hand without the Blood Crypt. Yikes. Stop timing people out. Get out of here. Woo! Alright. Alright, that was the make or break moment. We're probably in the clear now. Hi, Ants. Thanks for the 3 months. I appreciate the quarter of a year. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. I'm going to sit on this island for now. Something we could jumpstart to Beacon Bolt or discard to a Chart a Course if we draw that. Yeah, if we flood out a little bit, they could get back in this. We definitely need to draw a threat to close the game out. All of this land's customs are strange. Yeah, your mods have to be well practiced, chat. You don't want your mods to not be well practiced, right? Alright, counter me, baby. I assume they just have like a giant grip full of essence and wizard's retorts, since they haven't been playing anything, but we're just gonna work our way through them. I have a couple of spell pierces, but those will be dead by the time we draw them, most likely. What's going on, Griffin? Thanks for the 7 months. Welcome back. Hey, I think the Temur Vanasphere deck's very reasonable. It's got a lot of the same power that Gruul Monsters has, while also having some cute tricks up its sleeve. There's gonna be people that put moderated Jeff Hoagland Switch chat on their resume someday, and it's gonna be glorious. We put you to work here, okay? There's no slacking. Are like battles won? You know, I really don't care about this. Maybe, so like, when you make it to a position like this, the Nivs are really good, but there's definitely a chance, like, you never make it to a position like this, then, like, they kill you early. So, like, any game that goes long, Niv seems like it would be great, but the game's not always going to go long. Yeah, you can find a Temur Vanasphere list, along with a lot of other great deck lists on my website. Click standard decks in the navigation at the top. Just gonna let this happen. No real reason to fight over this, I don't think. Yeah, it's 3 obsessions, right? This is the game where they had double obsession. Yep. Alright, with this 5/5 and coil and dive down, we should be set to race them out here. Just run them down. I'm gonna go ahead and continue to hold on to this again, just in case I draw a Charter Course and they get rid of my blocker. The extra mana is probably not going to be relevant. Every single deck we play gets posted on YouTube. That way, because a lot of the decks we play are viewer-submitted deck lists, and there's so many of them that I don't coordinate people getting to watch their deck live necessarily. They just need to be watching the queue themselves. That way, if someone misses a deck that they've submitted being played live, they can always watch me play it later on YouTube. So, after I finish streaming, there's about like a 4 to 5 hour delay where I format and process and upload things to YouTube. What's a timeout? The best way to learn is through experience. We're educating the Twitch population. Did we get disconnected again? I'm gonna restart. It feels like we probably got disconnected again. These people are great. Buy their stuff. These people also great. Buy their stuff. Man, I must say, I really love the pink border, too. The pink border might just be a permanent thing moving forward. It's actually waiting on me, burning my timeouts. Lol. Alright, we're done here. Bye, friend. This deck's probably very good for grinding the ladder. The blue matchup feels great, and that deck's super popular on the ladder. You think the Gates matchup is bad for this deck? I don't know, maybe we got lucky, but the Gates matchup seems pretty reasonable on the surface. You have a fast clock and you have counter spells. Definitely in for a land to play Crackling Drake next turn. Here's hoping they play Vivian into Spell Pierce this turn. Please cast Vivian Reed. Bant! Interesting. Our opponents rank 159 as well. Yeah, a couple of people have said the Sultai matchup is not good for this deck, which I'd believe. Especially with these annoying flying blockers.
The wild wasn't meant to be contained. That can't help you now.
Esper is hard too. That's fair.
Yet.
Dude. At least they keep stumbling. We've got that going for us. Here's the rest of my fun money for the week. The pink is really cool. Also, you should play Jeskai aggro. Yeah, probably. The white we need X real good. There's a reason why I played that last time and did okay. That's rude. Already threw 2 Lava Coils too, which sucks. Although double Drakey Poo here could maybe pull us through in the air. Yeah, I'm aware. Alright, so dead on board. They have a bunch of cards in hand though, so they're probably not dead. See if they have another Creases here. Jade Light. That bodes well for our hero. Alright. Any castable instant or sorcery spell is lethal here, because we can spell pierce our own spell for lethal. They ask you if you want to counter your own spell. That's so great. It's everything I've ever wanted. They asked me if I wanted to counter my own spell. That's truly wonderful. Yeah, that's a needed addition, chat. Do you want to counter your own spell? Usually the answer is no. But sometimes the answer is yes. How's it going in public with the pink hair / beard? People have been doing double takes, which is fun. I don't actually leave the house that often, which is like a big part of it too. So like it's not really that big of a deal. I think Beacon Bolt's probably a little slow here. I want the Melody and the Disdainful Stroke. Spell Pierce is maybe not great. I guess they have Excellence Binding and Vivian, which Spell Pierce is good against both of those. Do I want all these Shivan Fires and Shocks? Maybe I don't. The pile of cards I'm shuffling is technically lands and spells and would be legacy legal. Shivan Fire is probably better than Shock, but Shock on the flip side finishes off Vivian after she down ticks. Need 2 more cuts here. And Trip Chart, of course. Think Chart's worse than Discovery. I've been trimming Chart before I trim Discovery, but I'm not 100% sure that's correct. Seems fine. Turn on Dork. Turn around, kill your Dork. Jane's gonna curve out nicely. Yeah, I agree. The hair turned out really well. I bet that Twitch chat loved their money more than they hated my hair, and boy was I wrong. And that's what happened. I bet that Twitch chat liked their money more than they hated my hair, and I was incorrect in that assessment. They're both so close, honestly, Tempest. I think I prefer Teamer, but it's really pretty thin on which one's strictly better or worse. There's a good chance Sultai is worth exploring as well. Really want to draw a blue source. I really don't just want to play Crackling Drake exposed, because if they Excellence binding me while I have this many Drakes in my hand, things go really poorly. I think it's worth being conservative here. I don't think Arclight Phoenix is worth it in this archetype. That's big and scary. It's a good thing we have a lot of Drakes. I guess this means I want Beacon Bolt and Ralzeric in my deck. I think I trimmed the Beacon Bolt during sideboarding. If we go to a game 3, I'm going to put that back in for sure. Roxer Boxer, thanks for the Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome. Hope you're having a good Sunday wherever you're at. Man, our poor opponent at least braces for 3 just to draw 1 card. Next turn, I probably start attacking with the dive downs. Man, Lyra plus Shalai is a beating. So they can start activating Shalai next turn. Alright, I'm going to play 1 more Drake out. Alright, I think we might be able to kill them next turn. Don't have a counterspell. Don't have a counterspell. Don't have a counterspell. Oh, I could have Lava Coiled plus Shocked Shalai. Yeah, I totally didn't think of that. Yeah, that's a good suggestion. Yeah, I definitely miss lethal. They have another deputy of detention, I'm probably dead. Vivian Reed.
Would you like to see what's left? Sometimes restoration means retribution.
Kick it. I think, in addition to missing lethal, I boarded incorrectly here. I definitely should have had Beacon Bolt and Ral in my deck, expecting my opponent to have Lyra's post board. Out of the percentages. Deck must be good. Out of the percentages. There's a disconnect problem with Arena in general since the latest patch that went online. We did not see Vannifear out of our opponent in our 2 matches. What desks do I use? I have an uplift desk that I would not recommend. The electronics in it are really cheap and have issues. When we build out my new office in the unfinished room next door, I'm definitely getting a new desk. Oop. You lost to Sultai twice with Gates. That sounds unlucky. Yeah, actually, I need to send a message. I was supposed to have my racer by now. DX Racer is one of the racer is supposed to be here by the first week of February, and it's definitely the 17th. Time has just gotten really far away from me recently. Yeah, the desk is great when it worked. Now that the buttons randomly stop going up and down, it's not so great. Big Boy, thanks for the Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. You know, I might just take the goal part of the thing off, because people keep asking what the goal is, and there's not a goal. People just wanted to leave my sub count up on screen. I don't know, I haven't done any research yet. We're not building out my desk until this summer, my new office until this summer, so life's just been too busy to sit down and do research on things that don't matter yet.
I won't hide from the world any longer.
People said this matchup is hard. It definitely doesn't feel good at the moment.
You slow down.
Really wanted to draw a land there so we could Crackling Drake. If they untap with this Teferi again, I'm gonna concede. Yeah, if you find any good research, let me know. I would not recommend Uplift. My recommendation would be not Uplift. Lands would be great here so we could double Lava Coil this. I think we basically just board up into a control mirror. Just like cut the shocks and lava coils and bring in Rail, Niv-Mizzet, and Treasure Map. Seems fine. Chart a course into shock. Let us swing with the 6. That they literally had a 6/6 blocker in play, Weens. They literally had a 6/5 flying blocker, 6/6 flying blocker. So no. Oh, you're saying I could have shocked the Teferi off the shock? Shocked the actual Teferi? Sure, yeah. Is Blue-Black Pirates tier 1? I don't know. What does tier 1 mean? You mean on power level? How do you measure power level? Do you mean on popularity? Can't measure popularity, don't have magic data. Based on the small amounts of biased data that we have, Pirates probably isn't tier 1, but like people also don't play it, so it's hard to know if it's bad because it's weak or if it's bad because people don't play it. I think I just want to hold up Spell Pierce this turn so I don't get Thought Erasured. I only have one threat at the moment and I kind of want to protect it. I mean, I didn't say no, Pirates isn't tier 1. What I said was, we don't really have good metrics to define what's tier 1 in Magic. That's true of Pirates, it's true of Sultai, it's true of Esper Control. Do we have a better plan, Big Mama Emrakul? Instead of telling me my plan is bad, what plan would you execute instead that you think is better, and why is it better? I agree that in general, trying to board up to be a control deck with the control deck, isn't good, but like we don't really have a better option. Stand desk. I'll have to look into that, Crit Fall. Thanks for the recommendation. So you said tier lists are usually popularity and there are no numbers, but like what does popular mean? Does popular mean how many top 8 finishes it has, or how many people are playing it in a tournament? How do we measure popular? Yikes, they have Ritual Assault on top of Kaya's Wrath. We did. We're done here, right? Can you play a Teferi so I can concede? Rats! They're so inconsiderate. Oh, so you're saying there's a chance. So the number of people playing them, so that seems to apply here. So that's the thing. We don't know how many people are playing a given deck in Magic. Sure, but that's my point. My point in asking that, Wax Papers, is in Magic, we don't know what decks or what percentage of the format. Thanks, AWE. I just really hate, like, people who use data to, like, paint pictures that don't actually exist. Like, people are so focused on, like, wanting to tell a story that a lot of times they don't step back and go, we really just can't tell a story with the information that we have. Sure, you could look at the metagame from Grand Prix. I definitely agree with that. That's a reasonable thing. But again, like, that's still not a starting distribution, right? We need to, like, all agree on, like, where we're starting at. If they don't have a counterspell here, we're actually kind of ground to an okay spot. Growl me harder. Thanks for the half a year. I appreciate that. And AWE, thanks for the support. Why not bounce the Drake? Because I don't have black mana currently. If I had black mana, I definitely would have dispersaled. I agree. Great. So you're saying there's a chance. Until they play this next Eldest Reborn, we have a chance. Wow. Kinda surprised they didn't Dispersal us there. I wonder if they pigeonholed and forgot they could do that.
Well, let's see what the wind blows in.
Okay. We have counterspells for all their best things at the moment. Dang it! Dang it, Bobby. I had to say all their best things. I had to open my mouth and say we had a counterspell for all their best things. That's just on me. That's just on me. I think I'm supposed to plus this so that way I can kill this next turn without... It's just... Yep. Well, now they have to choose between hitting my Ral to keep him from shooting the thief and hitting me, right? All right, they want a card. Yeah, I agree, Kandaras. Agree completely. Ferocious Ferret with the brand new Prime support. Thank you very much and welcome. I appreciate that. Don't have found one of my dive downs. Whew. All right. All right. I think we're actually ahead. That was a bit of a gamble on my opponent's part there. And it definitely doesn't look like one they got paid off for. I think they're hoping for a way to either protect their thief or, like, tap my rail. Stop it. Yeah, if your deck has the tools to make Ral's down tick have text, he's very powerful. We're down to 23 cards in our deck, chat. Not playing out the second Drake even though it's lethal because I don't want to get my board swept. Yeah, wow, that was impressive. I thought we were out of that game for a hot second and we just Rail just like punched the clock and went to work. That was really impressive. Huh. Do I want copies of Shock post board for not only killing their Tefris, but also for dealing with their thieves? I think I do. How do we feel about Shock? Yeah, what is it over? Charter course, maybe? I like Beacon Bolt just in case they take my stuff. I'm gonna trim 2 charts into Spell Pierce. Yeah, I'm gonna trim a Dive Down. We have a hard time keeping Drakes on the table, though. I think the fact that, like, Shock kills a Teferi after it's -3 gives it extra stock as well. Eldritch Reborn does make dive downs worse. Yeah, they have a lot of tools. This hand's very reasonable. Hopefully we get to Spell Pierce relevant turn 2 play. I'm gonna play the Sulfur Falls untapped here so I can Shock a Thief if they play it on 3. I don't think I just run a Drake out on 3 since I have the Spell Pierce, so like next turn I can play an island and like Drake and Spell Pierce and Absorb. Hey, Furious Squirrel, thanks for the biddies. This is fine. I don't want to Spell Pierce this and then have them untap and Teferi me or Eldritch Reborn me. Yikes! Yikes! Well, Spell Pierce doesn't do much against Lyra. Vomits profusely, yep. Where my bacon bolt at, chat? We need more bacon in our lives. Needs more bacon. Yep. Yeah, treasure maps are explicitly for the control matchup. Treasure maps are a way to generate card advantage in addition to increasing our card quality. Treasure map basically reads draw 3 extra cards. It also helps you scry while you do that. We're not dead yet. I'm not dead yet. Took my shock. Alright, well that Spell Pierce doesn't have text. Got it. Don't you think Azcanta is better than Treasure Map? Instead of me telling you you're wrong, Marvel, could you instead tell me why you're right? Could you explain to me why you think Azcanta is better than Treasure Map? But too far behind there. Couple too many lands, and the spells that we had were too low impact. Spell Pierce and Shock. Let's play one more. This deck's felt pretty good so far. So here's the problem. So this is why I like to ask for detail. Someone said they like Azcanta because the games are longer and it gets you relevant counterspells for their win conditions or counters to their counters. Look at my deck list. I don't have that many counterspells. Azcanta's not finding me counterspells. And my only potential win condition that Azcanta finds is my copies of Ralzeric. So, like, it doesn't actually find me any of the things you're really talking about. Whereas Treasure Map can help draw me into the creatures that are the actual cards that help me win the game. So the type of card advantage that Azcanta generates is worse on average in a deck like this than the type of card advantage that Treasure Map generates. Against Control, you have 4 counters. But against Control, I have 2 Disdainful Strokes. By the time you're activating Search for Azcanta... Wow! We just got Kaya'd! Holy crap, that just happened. Alright, awkward. Awkward. I can't even play another Pteramander, chat. She'll just exile it again. Wow, that's rude.
I'm sorry, was that dear to you?
Yikes. Alright, I changed my mind, chat. This deck's unplayable. It can't beat a Kaya. I no longer want to play decks that can't beat Kaya. Please, please, someone take it away from me. I'm done. Off of it.
You're not welcome here anymore.
Oh no, I'm done. I'm not playing against Esper again. Very, very much off of it. We were doing so well! They found our weakness. Hey, Wee McGee, I'm having 2001 flashbacks with the hair. Should have frosted the tips like Green Day. So the 9 months, welcome back. Win condition, that's interesting. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, chat, where'd my... This is Discovery. Kaya exiled it. Alright, to wrap on Drakes, if you're looking for a deck that gets to beat up on Mono Blue, this deck definitely seems very good at that. We played against Mono Blue twice, and it did not seem particularly close. Our match against Esper, I think, is probably not unreasonable. I mostly just didn't want to slog through another control matchup in that last one, in addition to Kaya being pretty good against our double Pteramander draw. This deck has a few results. It top 8'd the first open of the season. It's like popped up here and there, put up good ladder results. Darby, I think, was playing this at the GP this weekend. He had pretty good results with it on the ladder when he was streaming. So let's mosey right along here, shall we?